Hello, everyone. My name is Jessica, and I am a high school junior, and I am an international student in China. My nationality is China. I'm a Chinese, and because of my immaturity and ignorance, I don't have any political standpoints, or I prefer a party or a country than others. I am a very shallow person. I don't think I look into news that often, and I don't really come up with my own opinions on things because I am afraid of being criticized, and I don't want to create troubles and potential conflicts. However, I was watching the Oval meeting between President Trump, Vice President Vance, and Ukrainian President Zelensky, and I felt extremely disappointed and um, and upset about the United States attitude toward a nation that was being invaded by a brutal regime, a regime that is the complete opposite by definition than the democratic values of the United States of America. From the start of the war between Ukraine and Russia, and in the past history, which can be traced back to the dissolution of the Soviet Union, Ukraine, and many of the other pre-Soviet Union states are being heavily pressured for them to rejoin Russia and to sort of make Russia great again, or make Soviet Union great again. And by that, Ukraine, the people don't want to go back to Russia. Their government also doesn't want to go back. They want to maintain their sovereignty, their independent sovereignty, and they wanted to maintain their democracy as well. And however, it was just this nation was just invaded by Russia without legitimate reasons, without legitimate causes, without legitimate motivation. Then the utilitarianism of the government and its selfishness, and the international society and most of the nations in Europe, as well as most of the NATO nations, supported Ukraine, and the United States in the past few years was the leader among all of them. And this year, which is a very important mark in history, because of the new election, I always thought that Donald Trump, though he's a merchant and he cares about benefits and profits, I thought he would not make such abrupt decisions, but obviously I was wrong, and I was very ignorant, as I just talked about, that I'm just a very ignorant person. I think that his decision yesterday impacted not only Ukraine, but also the United States global leadership, and how they're being valued and looked upon, because the United States has always been a very respectful nation. It has always been the police in many cases, and I think for now it's the clause by President Trump that "Make America Great Again" is so sarcastic, because what they're doing right now isn't making America great again. Probably, I understand that he's saying that we don't want to give out all the money because our nation, we don't have any obligation to help, which I absolutely understand. However, it is not essentially making the nation great again. It's probably making it economically great again, or domestically great again. But this nation is not going to be valued respectfully as it was in the past decades, like multiple decades actually, because it's not fulfilling its obligation as the number one superpower to aid other nations. And I'm really, really disappointed in what President Trump and Vice President Vance did. And not only that, yesterday in the meeting, they were being very unprofessional, very disrespectful to another leader of a nation that is going through undergoing through tragedies and a lot of obstacles. And I think even if objectively speaking you are right, which I don't think it's either objective, I I'm not going to judge whether you're doing it right. I'm just saying my opinion on that. Even if that's the case, I think you should demonstrate your empathy instead of always saying that you should be thankful for us, or you're dressed very formally as to say that you're not wearing a suit. I think it's extremely disrespectful and unprofessional. And as a world leader, the number one world leader in many cases, in many people's point of view, it's very unacceptable. And I don't know why this is being tolerable in many people's eyes. Maybe I am a bit too radical, or maybe I'd only see part of it. But as I said, I think I think a large part of this issue, the United States doesn't have the obligation to help. I know that, I recognize that, but again, I don't think it's really beneficial to the American value of being of democracy anyway. And coming back to my nation, China is with no doubt a totalitarian regime under a dictator. What this implicates is that as long as we are economically help friendly to each other, or we benefit each other, then you're not gonna stop Chinese government to invade Taiwan. Like, I think honestly, President Trump has shown was that even if you invade other people, it's none of your business. It's none of our business. I don't think this is. I mean, this is a very complicated situation. I can't really judge that much, and I don't think I am in any position qualified to judge. But as a person, I want to speak out for Ukraine. I think I have never ever been so firm that people need to back Ukraine up in any way possible. And um and um and today I just want to take that courage, and I know I'm speaking nonsense and yapping most of the time probably, but I just want to say that Ukraine, I know I'm a very small force, but I want to tell you that I support you. A lot of people around me are supporting you. A lot of Chinese are supporting you as well. I was really surprised when I was going on social media in the recent 2 days, and a lot of people are supporting you, your nation, your people, your army, your moral, and as well as your justice. And I hope that you can also gain supports, like actual useful supports that can push back the army of the Russian regime. And I hope this war can end very soon, because if you guys win, then this provides another barrier of defense for the Taiwan people from being oppressed by another regime that's their neighbor. And I hope that you can keep fighting and never give up. So yeah, and that's all I want to say. Thank you.